Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the hosts for this evening, Lisa Leyland and Gavin Emmett.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you to the FIM Gala Ceremony 2014. I'm sorry it's so damp out there. Probably been declared a wet race already. So
possibly, yeah.
We're ready to go. It's been another fantastic season of maximum effort off the track and full throttle on it. And tonight is an opportunity for the world's very best motorcycle riders to reflect on their achievements here in the historic surroundings of the Teatro Villa Marta.
Yes, what better place to be to celebrate another stunning lineup of FIM world champions and legends than here in beautiful Jerez de la Frontera, a city steeped in motorcycling tradition and home to a whole host of FIM World Championship events in 2015. To get us started, please give a warm welcome to the president of the FIM, Mr. Vito Ippolito.
Good evening. Welcome, welcome.
I would like to personally welcome you to what is now the 5th edition of the FIM Gala ceremony and to the beautiful city of Jerez de la Frontera, which has such a long history of two-wheel racing. Once again, we arrive at this magical moment in the year when we come together as one big family to celebrate our FIM champions, both individual and teams. Thank you for being here tonight, for sharing this special occasion with the FIM and our incredible motorcycling family. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. President.
Please stay with us because, as the President mentioned, tonight is a huge night for this city as Jerez de la Frontera is officially appointed as the world capital of motorcycling 2015.
Yeah, big award for Jerez. And here to accept it, please welcome onto the stage the Mayor of Jerez, Mrs. Maria José García Pelayo Jurado. We're going to start things with the track racing season. There are 4 World Champions medals to be given out here. That's for Ice Speedway Gladiators, Long Track, Speedway Under 21, and for Speedway itself.
Here to present them and receive his own award as an FIM track racing legend is the most decorated man in long track world championship history. Ladies and gentlemen, an 8-time FIM long track world champion between 1991 and 2009 and a 4-time national champion in his native Germany, Jerez. Let's have a look at the class of 2014 track racing world champions in action now, starting with the FIM Ice Speedway Gladiators.
The Motul FIM Ice Speedway Gladiators World Championship was once again dominated by one nation in 2014, as Russian riders claimed the top 5 spaces in the series. And having conquered the ice in 2013 with his first title, Daniil Ivanov successfully defended his crown in 2014. Only failing to stand on the podium twice, Ivanov dropped just 17 points during the season, and the 28-year-old will be hoping to repel his challengers once more in 2015.
The FIM Ice Speedway Gladiators World Champion is Daniil Ivanov. Well done, Daniil. Congratulations.
In his first full season of long track, 19-year-old Eric Riss failed to let inexperience get the better of him on the big stage in 2014. Son of an 8-time long track world champion, Eric's natural talent proved to be more than enough for his world-class opponents. The young Bavarian's consistency in particular saw him as a front-runner from the start, as he went on to become the youngest ever FIM long track world champion.
It's a very special night for the Riss family. Here to collect his award from his father is the FIM long track world champion, Eric Riss.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to the Riss family all over.
Poland's success in Speedway looks to be in good hands for the future, as 19-year-old Piotr Pawlicki went one better than his runner-up spot last year to become the 2014 FIM Speedway Under-21 World Champion. The younger of two Speedway brothers, whose father also raced, Pawlicki dominated the popular three-round series and reeled off the wins to clinch the gold medal by heat 11 in the final event, ending the championship only 3 points shy of the maximum available.
He was runner-up last year, but after an almost perfect season, the FIM Speedway Under-21 champion is Piotr Pawlicki.
After winning his first FIM Speedway Grand Prix title in 1997, few would have believed then that Greg Hancock of the USA would still be winning world titles 17 years later. In 2011, he won it again, but this year, at the age of 44, he beat his own record as the oldest rider to win the sport's top prize. One of the most courageous, friendliest and professional men you could wish to meet in the paddock, Hancock's grin will be back again in 2015 as he looks to defend his precious crown.
Please welcome for the third time the FIM Speedway World Champion, Greg Hancock.
Brilliant. 17 years after his first World Championship, 3 to his name now for Greg.
Well, you know, I mean, it's all about wanting to be the world champion, you know, and coming into this event again this year, there's a lot of youngsters that are replacing a lot of us more experienced guys, I guess you want to call it. But, you know, I mix with a lot of these guys. I ride in the leagues with them, a lot of the youngsters, and they keep me young. As much as I teach them, I'm trying to learn from them at the same time. So that's my motivation.
That's great to see as well. The FIM World Speedway Champion, ladies and gentlemen, Greg Hancock.
On to the team's World Championship now, and 12 titles to be dished out in 4 different disciplines: track racing, trial, the International 6 Days Enduro and motocross.
Led by unbeaten local hero Daniel Ivanov and supported by Dmitry Koltykov and reserve Sergei Makarov, Team Russia saw off challengers from Sweden and Finland to retain the Motul FIM Team Ice Speedway Gladiators World Championship. Achieving the maximum score on the second and final day, Russia won by dropping only 2 points. Armed with riders Enrico Janoschka, Jörg Tebb, Eric Riss and Stefan Katt, Germany were winners of the FIM Team Long Track World Championship of 2014. Trailing in 4th place after the first heats, they recovered to regain the trophy they'd lost to the Dutch team in 2013, winning by 4 points. Led by captain and individual under-21 champion Piotr Pawlicki, Poland were victorious in the FIM Team Speedway Under-21 World Championship. The Polish team ran riot in Denmark with a resounding 16-point victory over the host nation. It's the 7th win for Poland since inauguration of the series in 2005. The FIM Speedway World Cup doesn't usually hold back when it comes to drama and excitement, but few can compare to the events of 2014, where the title was decided on the last bend, on the last lap of the final race. Despite Poland's early dominance, Denmark, led by Nicky Pedersen, made the late charge around the outside to win by the narrowest of margins.
Representing the Team Ice Speedway Gladiators World Champions, President of the Russian Federation, Mr. Alexander Zus.
representing the team long track world champions, is the Vice President of the German Federation, Mr. Wolfgang Glass.
Representing Team Speedway Under-21 World Champions, President of the Federation of Poland, Mr. Andrzej Witowski.
And representing the FIM Speedway World Cup champions, President of the Federation of Denmark, Mr. Jürgen Bitsch.
Onto the trials now, and to start with a female class that saw the closest ever finish in the history of the series.
The 2014 FIM Women's Trial des Nations saw the closest ever finish in its history. Having been first introduced back in 2004, the tight and tense competition was eventually won by virtue of a tiebreak, as Great Britain beat the Spanish team by a single clean. Entering the FIM Trial des Nations as heavy favourites, Spain's victory in this World Championship never looked in doubt for 2014, as their team, comprising of Tony Bow, Adam Raja, Jeroni Fajardo and Albert Cabestan, blew the opposition away to secure the title for an 11th straight year.
Right, representing the FIM Women's Trial of Nations champions, first of all, the Vice Chairman of the Federation of Great Britain, the ACU, Mr. John Collins.
The men's title was never in doubt, was it? Representing the FIM Trial of Nations champions for the 11th consecutive year, the President of the Federation of Spain, Mr. Angel Villalobos.
Spain may remain the dominant force in trials, but in the enduro field, there were a few other countries who were set to get in on the act.
Eight years on from their last victory in the International 6 Days Enduro, the United States returned to the top of the podium by winning the FIM Junior World Trophy and seeing off the mighty defending champions France with riders Stewart and Grant Baylor, Trevor Bollinger and Justin Jones. Entering the 89th edition of the FIM ISDE as defending champions, Australia carried the pressure of being favourites well, as team members Jessica Gardner, Taylor Jones and Gemma Wilson established a healthy lead going into the final day. Continuing to pile on the pressure, Australia were in the end impossible to catch and secured the FIM Women's World Trophy. Successfully claiming their third consecutive victory in the International 6 Days Enduro, France recorded a start-to-finish win of the FIM World Trophy. Building an early lead, they eased their pace in the final days of the series, suffocating the opposition to deservedly win the 2014 title.
Representing the International 6 Days Enduro Junior World Trophy champions, the Director of International Affairs for the American Federation, Mr. Rob Razor.
Now to collect the award for the FIM Women's World Trophy, the President of the Australian Federation, Braxton Lane. And representing finally the International 6 Days Enduro World Trophy champions for the third year, and after a start-to-finish win, the President of the Federation of France, Mr. Jacques Paul.
Thank you very much. And the final team's world champions to be awarded in this section are in motocross.
Travelling to Cremona in Italy to tackle the defending champions, France continued to showcase their talents in two-wheel team events by clinching the FIM Supermoto of Nations trophy. Entering the Lion's Den, the French team saw off Italy and Germany to silence the home crowds in the 9th edition of the championship. New for 2014, The world's best freestyle motocross riders were representing their home countries in the first ever FIM Freestyle of Nations contest. With 8 national teams competing for points across 6 disciplines, Spain were to run out as comfortable winners thanks to riders Dani Torres, Michael Melero and Jose Morales. With over 60,000 fans attending the FIM Motocross of Nations event at the Sandy venue near Riga, more than 30 nations entered the contest to try and stop strong favourites France. Despite the pressure, however, the French squad powered home to give them the largest ever winning margin and triumph ahead of Belgium and the USA.
Welcome back to the stage, the President of the Federation of France, Mr. Jacques Boll.
Representing the first ever FIM Freestyle Team World Champions, the President of Federation of Spain once more, Mr. Angel Villadoms.
Representing the Motocross of Nations champions, once more the award is for the President of the Federation of France, Mr. Jacques Boll. Now for something a little different, but equally as important.
Please welcome from the Environmental Ambassadors team, Laia Sanz, Alex Salvini and Marc Marquez.
The FIM Environmental Ambassadors, the team there. Now, first of all, our 3 riders here are going to receive an award from Mr. Ippolito for their work as ambassadors in the environmental field. Because you've got the envelope to tell us who the winners are of the environmental award.
The award goes to Circuit of the Americas.
But there's 2 winners, and Alex, you've got the other one?
Fim-moto Racing.
Let's take a look at their good work in action.
Please welcome onto the stage, first of all, the Director of Sustainability for the Circuit of the Americas, Mr. Edgar Ferreira, and representing Yamaha Motor Racing, their General Manager, Mr. Marco Riva. So we have Mr. Ferreira and Mr. Riva as well. I think, Mark, do you want to give the trophy to Mr. Ferreira? Congratulations to the Circuit of the Americas for their award. And Mr. Ippolito, if you want to hand the trophy to Mr. Riva. Round of applause again for the Circuit of the Americas and for Yamaha Motor Racing. Thank you very much, and thanks as well to our environmental team. Ladies and gentlemen, taking his place quite rightfully as an FIM legend, Thierry Magnaldi.
Let's have a look at who wrote their piece of rally history in 2014.
Proving he is still fit to fight at the age of 38, Spain's Marc Coma is a living legend when it comes to the FIM Cross Country Rallies World Championship. Already a 5-time world champion since 2005, Coma won twice in Brazil and Morocco and claimed 3 second places in 2014 to continue his legacy.
6-time cross-country rallies world champion and surely himself an FIM legend of the future. Please welcome Marc Coma.
More than 10 years is a long time ago, no? But of course I'm very proud about to be here, to still fighting, to get all what I have inside, and happy to get my sixth title, and I hope that is not the last one.
And so many people here in Spain happy to see it as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Comer.
Yeah.
Right, we move on to Enduro now, and we welcome yet another FIM legend onto the stage. Now, he's a man who represents a historic period of Czech dominance in off-road disciplines. He became known as Mr. Invincible.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kafetoslav Masati.
Time to hand out the awards now, and first up in the Enduro category is that spectacular indoor discipline of Super Enduro.
Firmly cementing himself as the most successful indoor enduro rider of all time, Poland's Tadej Blatzuziak on board his KTM recorded his 5th consecutive world title by winning the 2014 FIM Super Enduro World Championship. Chased down by Brits David Knight and Johnny Walker, Blatzuziak cruised home in the final rounds to win for a record-breaking 5th time.
Here to accept the award, please welcome the President of the Polish Federation, Mr. Andrzej Dychowski.
Welcome back.
Just 1 year on from winning the FIM Super Enduro Junior World Crown, Great Britain's Daniel McCanney added the FIM Junior Enduro World Championship to his collection in 2014. Entering the series as one of the favourites, the Manxman didn't fail to disappoint, securing the title with ease and becoming the first junior rider to win both indoor and outdoor enduro championships back-to-back.
The Junior Enduro World Champion is Daniel McCanney. Well done, Daniel.
Despite having won 2 consecutive World Championships, many wondered how Frenchman Christophe Nambertin would cope in 2014 with what looked like his biggest challenge to date. Having never raced a 4-stroke machine prior to this year, Christophe proved his critics wrong by winning round 1 in Spain and went on to control the series once more and signed off the FIM Enduro World Championship with 2 wins at the final round in France.
What a debut season it was for the double E3 champ and now also an E1 Enduro World Champion, Christophe Nambertin.
Having failed to defend his FIM E2 Enduro World Championship in 2013, Frenchman Pierre-Alexandre René was hungrier than ever as we entered 2014. Facing early challenges from Antoine Millot, René secured crucial victories in both Finland and Sweden to open up a healthy lead and capped off his championship win with 2 victories in front of his home fans at the final Grand Prix of France.
Please welcome the E2 Enduro World Champion for 2014, Pierre-Alexandre René. Well done, Pierre.
With reigning FIM E3 Enduro World Champion Christophe Nambertin moving to pastures new, the door was left open in 2014 for a new prize winner. Ready to take the challenge on were KTM teammates of Ivan Cervantes of Spain and Australian Matthew Phillips. The duo instantly stood out from the rest, and with the lead chopping and changing, in the end it was Phillips that dug deep despite injury to win the title.
The E3 Enduro World Champion is Matthew Phillips.
Well done, Matthew.
You know, just like every other year, you go in with the goal to be world champion or champion of your selected race. And, you know, I had a really good team behind me. My mechanic was fantastic, family, friends. yeah, so yeah, the job got done properly, and you know, I'm really happy and you know, glad to share this title with them.
Such a young age, hopefully many more to come as well. Congratulations, Matthew Phillips, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, Mr. Mazita, also. Right, we move on quickly to the Road Safety Award now. This is an initiative created by the FIM in 2009.
Okay, and the winner of the FIM Road Safety Award for 2014 is the Royal Dutch Motorcyclist Association. Let's have a look at their work in action.
This year, the award goes to the KNMV, the Royal Dutch Motorcyclists Association, which is a national federation of the FIM. Recognised for its work in advanced motorcycle rider training, its course on risk perception has been particularly effective. The rider training in risk perception is well illustrated in this photograph of a collision that never took place with a time-lapse camera. One of many things riders can learn by attending a course with the KNMV.
To collect the award is the President of the Royal Dutch Motorcyclist Association, Mr. Jan de Heus.
We move on to trial now, and here to present the awards for this category is a legend of the dirt and the road.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, from Belfast, Northern Ireland, please welcome Sammy Miller.
Good evening, Sammy. We're going to start off with those awards now with the women's trial. Now, it's been a season that would see a new champion. Of course, there's been no Leia Sant this year to defend her title, so all the eyes were on three-time runner-up Emma Bristow. But the Brit didn't quite get things all her own way.
Having spent 3 seasons as runner-up in the FIM Women's Trial World Championships, Great Britain's Emma Bristow was itching to get going in 2014 with the absence of Leia Sant, whose 6-year reign was to come to an end. Battling fellow Brit Rebecca Cook for the crown, Emma had to wait until the final round to determine her fate, and finally took the crown she's richly deserved.
3 times the princess and now very much the queen of the FIM Women's Trial World Championship, Emma Bristow.
Congratulations on finally taking the award.
Repsol Honda rider Tony Bowe remains untouchable in the FIM X-Trial World Championships after he made it 8 consecutive FIM Indoor World Championships after going the whole season undefeated. In fact, the packed arenas and artificial sections is where Bowe performs best, and his unbeaten record now stretches back to January 2010. The question is, will anyone dent Tony's invincible record for 2015? Tony Bowe is rewriting the history books as he claimed the FIM Trial World Championship title number 8 to surpass Jordi Jerez and Dougie Lampkin's record. Fighting all year long against his permanent rival Adam Raga, the 2 men from Spain put on an exciting show in 2014, but it was to be Bowe that won the showdown, rounding out the year with 2 further wins to take outdoor title number 8.
He's done the double for the last 8 seasons in a row now. The trial and X-Trial World Champion for 2014 is Tony Bowe.
So not just 1, but 2 gold medals, of course, for Tony yet again. Keeps doing it. Keeps
it's got to get a bit
turning up
heavy
this
around his neck,
It
those
will
medals.
Be walking with a dodgy back later.
Yeah, for sure, it's very, very special year for me. I have one more than the legends, and for 4 years more with Honda. No? I think it's a long work, and very happy for this, and still work hard.
Well, it's great to see you working hard every single week as well. Please, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Tony Bowe, and as well for Sammy for being with us as well, Mr. Miller. Moving quickly on to motocross now, and here to present the awards for this category and to be installed as an FIM woman legend is someone who's done such a great deal for motorcycling across the pond, as well as being a highly accomplished motocrosser herself.
Please put your hands together and welcome Sue Fish.
Time to hand out those motocross awards, and we're going to start actually on the snow, because it was another spectacular edition of the FIM Snowcross World Championships in Skellefteå in Sweden.
After a closely fought 2013 FIM Snowcross World Championship, Swedish champion Adam Renheim locked up a second straight title in front of an appreciative home crowd. The 25-year-old was under pressure from fellow Swedes Oman and Fjällström, but Renheim's pace and rhythm soon began to show as he goes into 2015 with a #1 plate once more.
For the second successive season, the FIM Snowcross World Champion is Adam Renheim.
When the FIM Sidecar Motocross World Championship season began back in April, the two Bens, Adriaansen and Van den Bogart, made it clear that they intended to defend their crown. Building a handsome lead, Adriaansen of Belgium and Van den Bogart of the Netherlands held off their opponents and joined the exclusive club of 7 crews who have won back-to-back titles.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Belgium and the Netherlands, it's the two Bens, FIM Sidecar Motocross Champions in 2014, Ben Adriaansen and Ben Van den Bogart.
Having won the FIM S1 Supermoto World Championship in 2010 and 2012, the even-numbered year of 2014 was set to be another triumphant occasion for Frenchman Thomas Charrière, as he completed his hat-trick of world titles. His challenger, Manu Hirvonen of Finland, kept him honest throughout, but it was Charrière that kept his cool to claim the winning garland.
Now, for the third time, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the FIM S1 Supermoto World Champion, Thomas Charrière. Well done, Thomas.
Despite an intense and thrilling battle between two men for the FIM Freestyle Motocross World Championships, there can only be one winner. And having already secured one world title, Spain's Michael Marrero is now on top of the freestyle world with a series of stunning performances on board his KTM. His challenger, Libor Podmor of the Czech Republic, fought to the final round, but couldn't stop the flair of Marrero.
Please welcome to the stage, all decided, as we said last night in Frankfurt. It's Spain's freshly crowned and probably still a little bit hungover, the FIM MX Freestyle World Champion, Michael Marrero.
A first and second place in 2 tricky outings in Belgium for the 2014 FIM Junior Motocross World Championship saw Australian Jet Lawrence post the first major milestone on his young CV as he scooped the 65cc title on his KTM. Jet, who turned 11 just days before the event, had already secured national crowns in 2012 and 13, but must surely be a world beater in the making as he climbs up the ranks. In difficult conditions and fresh from the heartbreak of losing out on the European Championship, 14-year-old Kim Sevast of Finland proved why he's so highly regarded in his native land by storming to take the FIM 85cc Junior Motocross World Championship in Belgium. He now sets his sights on the FIM World Motocross Championships for 2015. At just 16, Germany's Brian Hsu has been on the radar of European factory race teams since his voice broke. Having previously won a 65cc European title and the FIM 85cc Junior World Crown, this year he added the FIM 125cc Motocross Junior World Championship to his already growing tally. The stepping stones to Grand Prix racing awaits this motocross teen sensation.
So first up, it's our youngest champion of the evening, 65cc Junior Motocross World Champion, having only turned 11 years old this year. From Queensland in Australia, please give a warm welcome to Jet Lawrence.
Okay, 85cc Junior Motocross World Champion, 14 years old, from Helsinki, Finland, is Kim Savasta.
Now, he's the 125cc Junior Motocross World and European Champion. He's growing up fast, but he's still only 16 years of age. From Freiburg in Germany, Brian Hsu.
Italian rider Chiara Fontanesi became the joint most successful female motocrosser ever after a career-defining performance which saw her edge to victory in the FIM Women's Motocross World Championship. It all came down to the final round between Chiara and Australian Megan Rutledge, but experience prevailed and Fontanesi controlled events in the Czech Republic to win her third straight title.
Yeah, what a finish to the season that was. But she's done it again from Parma in Italy. For the third time, the Women's Motocross World Champion is Chiara Fontanesi. That's got to be a great moment there, Sue, handing over the gold medal to Chiara. And the diploma as well.
Since his first AMA Supercross FIM World Championship title back in 2006, USA's Ryan Villapoto has dented the record books in off-road motorcycle racing. His fourth consecutive crown in 2014 puts him as one of the greatest of all time. Dropping out of the top two just once, he's now won over 40 races, and all eyes are on him as he switches to the FIM Motocross GP World Championships in 2015.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the fourth consecutive year, please welcome the AMA Supercross FIM World Champion, Ryan Villapoto.
It took a while to get the wheels turning for Frenchman Jordi Tixier in the FIM MX2 Motocross World Championship, but a late-season charge in the 17-round season saw Tixier remarkably overturn the 145-point deficit he faced with 4 rounds remaining to teammate Jeff Hurlings. The drama that then unfolded saw Jordi Tixier become champion and gift France of their 18th title in the sport.
The MX2 Motocross World Champion is Jordi Tixier.
Despite a slightly different look to the premier class of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the form book entering the 2014 MXGP series remained unchanged as Tony Cairoli of Italy continued his dominance and went on to collect his 6th title in a row. Racking up a win at every other round, the KTM rider secured his 8th career crown with a round still remaining and enters 2015 as continued favourite.
6 titles and counting, the 2014 FIM MXGP Motocross World Champion is Antonio Cairoli.
Another brilliant season for Tony. Won't be much room left for that diploma either on the wall.
Yeah, you know, it's always great to start a new season. We have many new contenders, also from the smaller class, but for sure we're trying also coming. It's good for our sport, for our World Championship, to bring more attention to our sport, and he's one of the greatest champions that America ever had. So it's great to meet and have fun with also with the other guys on the class.
We're all looking forward to it, but for now, congratulations on your season. Tony Cairoli.
Okay, road racing now, our final racing category tonight. Once again, it is a category that has seen some incredible Spanish success this year, so it is fitting that here to present the award is our final legend of the evening, a man who really blazed the trail in the sport here in Spain.
He's now a multiple World Championship winning team owner, so please give a warm Spanish welcome to Jorge Martinez, better known as Aspa.
Okay, right, first up in the road racing category is the FIM Sidecar World Championship.
There is no love lost between Tim Reeves and the Birchall brothers in the world of sidecar racing, and this year, armed with former teammate Gregory Cluzet of France, British driver Tim Reeves was in a direct fight with brothers Ben and Tom for the 2014 FIM Sidecar World Championship. After 10 nail-biting races though, it was Reeves and Cluze that came out on top, making it title number 5 for Tim and a first for Frenchman Cluze.
Sidecar world champions from Great Britain, Tim Reeves, and from France, Gregory Cluze.
A team that has made a name for itself in the past 20 years, Christophe Goyot's GMT 94 squad were equipped with Yamahas for the 2014 FIM Endurance World Championships. Having hung up his leathers, Christophe turned to a trio of riders who would go on to win his first crown since 2004. Spain's David Checa and Frenchmen Kenny Foray and Matteo Jerez gave it their all and became Endurance World Champions of 2014.
Please welcome the Yamaha Racing GMT 94 team manager, Christophe Guiwu.
There's the diploma for the team, but to join Christophe on the stage, his FIM Endurance World Championship winning riders, David Checa, Kenny Foray and Matteo Jerez.
Known as Magic Mike, Dutchman Michael van der Mark came of age this year to become the FIM Supersport World Champion. Following on from his 2012 European Superstock 600 crown and 2 Suzuka 8-hour wins, van der Mark finished all races bar one on the top 2 steps, and at just 22 has given the Netherlands something to be excited about as he moves on to the World Superbike grid next year with Tenkate Honda.
Yeah, what a brilliant season it was for this young man. The Netherlands have waited such a long time for this. The FIM Supersport World Champion, Michael van der Mark.
Sylvain Guintoli of France is cool, calm and consistent. 3 attributes that were key to him landing his first FIM Superbike World Championship in 2014. Sitting 44 points behind defending champion Tom Sykes with 3 rounds remaining, the odds were against the Frenchman, but 6 top 2 finishes and a fine double win at the final round in Qatar gave him his first title and France their first World Superbike champion since Raymond Roche in 1990.
He waited until the final round of the season to score the first ever double victory, taking the title with it. Please welcome the new FIM Superbike World Champion, Sylvain Guintoli.
Often in the shadows of his older brother Mark's success, Alex Marquez dealt with the pressures of Grand Prix racing well in 2014 to claim the FIM Moto3 World Championship with 10 podiums, including 3 wins. Fighting against tough Aussie Jack Miller, Alex maintained his consistent form till the end, ensuring that he and Mark would become the first brothers to win titles in the 66-year history of the sport.
What an incredible, unforgettable year it was for the whole Marquez family. Please welcome their latest world champion, this time in Moto3, Alex Marquez. That third place, of course, in Valencia, enough to seal the title ahead of Jack Miller. Well done, Alex.
Known as Tito, Esteve Rabat switched to the Mark VDS racing team for the 2014 Moto2 World Championships proved fruitful. Carrying the weight of being one of the season favourites, Rabat's hard work in between rounds was almost as impressive as the success he produced on it. With 14 podiums in 18 races and 7 wins, Tito will be tough to beat going into 2015 as defending champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the FIM Moto2 World Champion, Esteve Tito Rabat.
Tito staying on to defend his title in Moto2 with the #1 plate on his bike next year. Congratulations, Tito. Fantastic season. Well done. New record as well for wins in Moto2.
After becoming the youngest ever rookie to win the FIM MotoGP World Championship in 2013, Repsol Honda rider Marc Marquez continued to rewrite history in 2014. Starting the year off with 10 race wins in a row, no rival was able to threaten Marc. And despite a resurgent Valentino Rossi emerging as the #1 contender, 21-year-old Marquez sealed back-to-back titles with 3 rounds spare, breaking the records for pole positions and wins in a single season previously set by Mick Doohan.
Records tumbling across the board. The Moto2 World Champion in 2012 and now a double FIM MotoGP World Champion. It is, of course, the wonderful, the phenomenal, the magnificent Marc Marquez. So that's Marc's 4th gold medal, of course. 125 Moto2 and now 2 in the Premier class of MotoGP.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Of course, I'm really happy. The season has been really good. And yeah, last year I already thought that we will stop to speak about records, but again this year we compare a lot of time with legends of motorbikes, of MotoGP. And I'm really surprised for that, but anyway, we will try to continue like that, and I will never forget this day because to be in this gala with my brother too, this will be maybe impossible to repeat.
No, it's brilliant. Only 21 years of age still, and now a 4-time world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Marc Marquez.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the gala is almost over. I hope all of you have enjoyed this unique night, special night with all our champions. And because it's a unique night, we had just this opportunity to have all of them here together. I invite you to see this family picture. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ippolito. If you want to join them at the front, in the middle.
Thanks to everyone here in Jerez for attending the FIM Gala Ceremony 2014, and of course to you at home for joining us too.
Yeah, good night, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good
Thanks,
night.
Lisa.